The Kaiba briefcase. How much could singles possibly be on a product that's paywalled behind $500? Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content as per every one of these market watches. Leave a comment down below and tell me what you guys think about today's market, specifically the Kaiba set, and when you'll be walking away with a booster pack. So, Ideal 808 has what is effectively the release price is up right now for singles from this briefcase. Now, I mean, the briefcase, after shipping, you were looking at near $500 per one of each of these copies. And this is the rare opportunity where I drop in here and go, hey, if you've been debating on anything from this, some of these single prices kind of are pretty interesting, to say the least. The attack guidance armor for $30, the magical trick mirror coming at $25, and the life shaver here coming in at $25 as well. So all the real exclusives, pretty pricey, except for grappler here. If you've always wanted to pick up a normal monster grappler, you can do so for $4.88. I would kind of recommend that, honestly. The Monster Reborn from this deck, a little bit more expensive, coming in at $50. To pick up one of the blue eyes out of here is $199.88, or you can get a set over here for $500. I know that's not what people want to hear, but you're here for the littler things. Hitatsumi Giant, is this your only hollow printing of Hitatsu ever, for $5? The enemy controllers from this are $20. The Polys, oddly enough, for $20. The Rude Kaiser, oh man, $5. Megami here at $8. It's kind of interesting. That's a little bit up there. If you're a fan of Soul Absorption, you can get a hollow printing for $5. And the Wicked Worm Beast also gets its first TCG English printing in Ultra for $5. Final attack orders. This is personally something that I wanted to pick up. You know, you gotta have that max rarity ritual deck. You know what I mean? Dinner is served in style. Soggy for $10. That's kind of crazy, but understandable. I don't think a lot of these cards will have, I mean, the Lullaby, you can thank current meta trends for this. This is a reprint of a former. The $25 for the Obelisk is a little bit up there, but that's fine. $20 for the Blue Eyes Ultimate Blade Knight for $20 is a little bit rough too. $250 for the Blue Eyes for the Quarter Century. Yeah, I suppose that's a little bit up there, but okay. Interestingly enough, if they put the X-Head Cannon pieces a little bit up there as well. Megamorph for $10, the Virus Cannon for $5 as well. Lord of D for $20 is up there. Interesting that the Card Demise is also only $8, but okay. And then, of course, Crush Card over here, and the Shrink Ultra. Shrink Ultra is actually kind of cool to see. And, of course, you see the Soul Exchange for $8, and the Ring of Destruction for the original art for this. But like I said, oh, and just on the, oh, yep, there we go. Things shifted around just a little bit on me here. But for the most part, I just want to say, hey, Kaiba listings are populating. I do not see, honestly, I'm picking my stuff up. I'm not going to risk it. We saw what happened with the pot collection, with the littler things disappearing off the market. And honestly, if there's something, even if like you think the cards are going to rot in a box and not play, at least you can have them in these rarities from this super niche product. Like, that's the biggest thing to take away from this, is when Konami does niche products like this, there are always going to be very, very weird things that come with it. So, you know, risk it for the biscuit or decide to pick it up. The opportunity is now there. Dragon Ice, the Gladiator's Assault card, the secret rare of amazingness. When your opponent's special summon a monster, discard a card, special summon this card from your hand to graveyard. There can only be one face-up Dragon Ice per turn. You know, I always felt like this card needed like extra lines of text on it, and I don't know why we never actually got additional lines, but this was Konami's attempt to go, hey, your opponent's flooding the field? Well, now you can discard to put this body on the field when your opponent special summons a monster. This technically was a hand trap back in the day. I see somebody bought, it makes me question the sanity of people that come through here looking at this, because somebody bought 10 copies at 25s, 23s. I mean, it's not like the card is incredibly up there. It's just they're continuously disappearing over time. Like, that's all this is. Yeah, your lowest first edition copies, 30, and then you jump up to 44, on up to 49, on up to 50, lol. And then, of course, this is the famous misprint. I love this thing, the Super Stealth Vehicle, or the Super Vehicle Stealth Union. Yes, you gotta love this, man. Like, this is hilarious just to know that this exists out here. But the current state of Dragon Ice is kind of wild to think about out here. That people are willing to go through all of these hurdles just to pick some of this stuff up. I mean, your collector's market, it's a wild place. Ruddy Rose Dragon, Roro, Lightning Overdrive versions still coming about $5, honestly. 311, 2, yeah, you've got a steady $5 price point here for this, which, I mean, it's interestingly enough, because obviously it's not the original Black Rose Dragon, you know, and this thing doesn't really have crazy or higher prints going for it, but I mean, at least the lowest rarity is coming in at like $1, $2, you know what I mean? So you've got alternatives available to you to pick these sorts of things up, and I think that's a win, actually. But it's a level 10 Synchro. It obviously got overshadowed by Baron DeFleur, but I mean, what didn't get overshadowed by Baron? Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode. I'm pretty sure the hilarious things about this are your ultras. This thing actually has 16, 12, 12, 12. Okay, well, sure. I'm not digging too much into this. I believe this thing also had, the Ghost Rare. This thing, if only it was a better card. 31. You telling me that the difference between 30 and 64 for near mint to light play? That's kind of dumb. You can get a light play for $31 for Unlim. That's crazy to me. But your first ed price difference here. I mean, mod play for 50. Yeah, these look like these go up pretty quick. You can get a light play first ed here. I can't really tell, but it's probably the corner there, if I had to guess. It looks like you're definitely over 100, or gosh darn close to it. Yeah, you're over 100 for near mint first editions for what's left on the market for these. Yeah, 114. Well, I can't say that I'm not surprised, considering, you know, what this card actually is for, you know, the game. What else we got back? Raidraptor cards. Yeah, this is just a normal day in the office back here. The Rising Rebellion quarter centuries have calmed back down. We're down to 63 again. That's a win, honestly. 4 Strix coming in at 22. Arsenal Falcons, $14. Wow. Time to go through bulk. That's so crazy. Satellite Cannon Falcons, $13. Strangleonius, $12. Tribute, $15. Raidraptor Calls now $7. 4 Strix is $7. $6. You see the problem with all of this, right? Like, this stuff is expensive. Rising Rebellion is now a $5 ultra rare, on up to a $6 ultra rare. It was $2 at the beginning of its life, but okay, man. That's okay. You know, we don't need to worry about these things. The market tells us that it's all okay, and there's nothing wrong in bossing, say. Nothing at all. Oh, that's your Raidraptors. And then, of course, the Rank Up Magic Soul Shave Force still is coming in about $11. You have 10 listings for this thing. Hey, you remember this thing? I didn't think that the curve could entertain me anymore, but 50, 35, and 35 have been your last sales data. You're looking at 35. Yeah, who would have guessed? On up to about $40 per copy of Copycat, of all things. Barrel Dragon Lost Arch. You guys know this thing kind of just boosted off into outer space, and I don't know why. You can get Italian copies here still for like $3 on up to $4, but your Barrel Dragon Lost Arts. The Lost Art market, I don't know why. There's always going to be certain things in here that are going to be entertaining that you're just going to look at and you're going to be like, but why though? Like, what has set this off? And that's why, like, you got to keep an eye on all of this stuff in the back end sector here, because you literally never know what's going to happen in the Lost Art department, and it's actually kind of hilarious to see. So, what do you guys think about today's market? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Patrons! Thank you. Ah!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.